podcast. I'm your host, Dominique Hoffman, and today we are looking at a news story coming out of Texas of a new planned Muslim community on some 400 plus acres outside of Dallas, Texas. Governor Abbott has tried to suspend and halt the purchasing of the land needed for this community on the grounds that the community violates both state and then federal law in trying to establish a community governed by Islamic law or Sharia law. To my knowledge, this is one of the first communities proposed here in the United States. And with the fall of some of the great Western nations such as the UK, we can look to what the downstream effects of allowing Islamic law to rule in what the UK calls dead zones might look like in the coming years to decades. Now, in the West and even in the UK, which is, the beacon and the theater of Enlightenment thought and Western culture, we've seen Muslims moving outside of the Middle East into Western nations, escaping authoritarian regimes and wars and oppression, but trying to reestablish the communities that they once lived in the Middle East in their new homes in the West. And while here in the West, and specifically in the United States, we protect freedom of religion and we encourage religious pluralism, you cannot then come and, by the protections and privileges of a democracy, try and establish Sharia law and recreate the communities that you once had in the Middle East in the West. You can still practice your religion, but you have to assimilate to at least the norms and the political and cultural expectations of living in the West. And we're seeing that clash of civilizations play out in Europe. And this news story just reminds us that if we're not vigilant here in the United States, it is coming for us as well. So before we get into today's episode, please like,